Hi again. Well, it looks like we had some technical issue. I had to separate actually this video into two parts because the first one couldn't go. You guys weren't able to see the solution of this problem. So I had to pause it and create a new video that we are going to finish the last three examples. Okay, so we were up to this problem when we said 12 over 2, both are even numbers, we can simplify. 12 divided by 2 is 6 and 2 divided by 2 is 1. Then we talk about when we're dividing powers with the same base, we subtract the exponents. That was a division rule. So k is the base and we have negative 6 minus 2. Once we have this written down, then I keep the same number 6 over 1, and also I wrote that k is to the power of negative 8 because negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. And the final step here is to move this k with negative exponent down because we gotta change it to a positive. So 6 and 1 stays the same, they do not change. The only thing we need to move is the one that has a negative exponent in order to make it positive, and that will be the final answer. Let's see another one similar to this. We have 3 times n to the fifth times n to the negative 8 over n to the fourth. So now, there is only one number 3 and I will copy that. One thing, we have multiplication of two powers with the same base. So let's go ahead and simplify the multiplication part first. So n to the fifth times n to the eighth will be n, 5 plus negative 8, because that's what the multiplication rule says. We gotta add the exponents, and go ahead and copy the bottom one, n to the fourth. So this is equal to 3, and 5 plus negative 8 is negative 3, and then n to the fourth. So, again, we're going to copy number 3 and we will combine those two powers. They have exactly the same base n, write down the base, and with the division part, again, we will have negative 3 minus, because we subtract the second exponent 4. So this is equal to 3n, negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7. But there is one last step that we have to do. N to the negative 7 is the only power with negative exponent. So number 3 will stay, we're not changing that, but then we gotta move this negative exponent down. N to the 7 to become positive and finalize the answer. And the last example will be m to the third times p to the negative 4 times p to the 7th. So in this case, m to the third is the only power that has base m. So we can't combine with anything, but then we have two powers with the same base p. So we'll multiply by p, and we know the exponents, we gotta add them, so it'll be negative 4 plus 7. So this is equal to m to the third, p, negative 4 plus 7 is positive 3. None of this is negative exponents, we don't need to move it or change anything, so that will be my final answer. And I just end that lesson. So I believe we're going to have a great conversations about those examples, because I know there may be some questions going on right now. So please feel free to ask me for help, and while we're working as a group together and I do some examples, ask questions so we can figure out anything that you're missing or it's misunderstanding. Okay, well, thank you for watching the video and have a great day.